Hello and welcome to another Joomla tutorial. In this video, we're going to take a look at creating categories in Joomla. Creating categories in Joomla requires you to understand a little bit more about how you should use them. So before I show you how to create them from within the Joomla administration page, I want to give you a quick explanation of how I use categories in Joomla. In Joomla, you can create as many categories as you like. A category can be a subcategory to another category. Top level categories or main categories, I like to think of these as the main sections of your website. I'll clarify this a little more in a moment. So for my fitness website that I'm creating, I have a few main categories, which are diet and exercise. I will also add in an FAQ category, and I've noted a contacts page. So these are going to be the main items on my menu for my navigation for my fitness website. So contacts will be a single page, which will be called something like contacts.html. So I won't be creating a category for that. However, the other three, diet, exercises, and FAQ, are top level categories. Now I want to create some more categories, or these will be subcategories, and these will be used to better organize my content within the diet and exercise categories. So for diet, I want to cover two subcategories, diets for gaining weight and diets for fat loss. So both of these will have diet as their parent category. This will be much clearer once I show you how to create this category structure from within the Joomla administration panel. I'll add another three categories to exercises, which will be arms, legs, and back. For a full fitness website, there would be a lot more categories and a lot more exercise categories for this, but I don't want to clutter this or make it too complicated while I'm trying to explain it. So that's all the categories I'm going to create. But to help you understand, let's add some content to these categories. So for the diet main category, we have the 5 pages added. 3 of them will be under gain weight and 2 will be under fat loss. Arms has 2 pages and legs and back both have a page each. And the FAQ category is a top level category, but has no subcategories. So the FAQ content will be saved directly into the FAQ category. So this is the basic structure of my content. Now let's have a look at what it's like to access a page on my website. Let's set at page 8 here. For the legs category was titled squats, which is an exercise for your legs. If we were using a search engine friendly or a search engine optimized URL structure for our website, then we could access this page 8 or the squats page using a link that looks something like this. We'd have mywebsite.com or www.mywebsite.com. Then we'd add the top level category for that article or for the page 8, which is exercises. So we have mywebsite.com followed by /exercises. And now the next category down is legs. So we'd have mywebsite.com /exercises /legs. And then finally, for that page 8 itself, or the squats page, we would put squats.html on the end. So we'd access that page 8 or squats from mywebsite.com /exercises /legs /squats. So to give another quick example, let's have a look at page 3. Let's say this was called dirty bulk. We would access page 3 from mywebsite.com followed by /diet, followed by /gain weight, and then finally /page 3, which is dirty bulk. So diet, gain weight, dirty bulk. So that's kind of how the structure works for categories. Your main categories will be directly after your website address. You don't have to show the main categories in the header, so you can structure categories however you want, but this is how I use them. And for one quick last example, let's say we wanted to use page 10 or page 11. Let's say page 10 was an FAQ page for diets. Say we called that FAQ diets. You would access this from mywebsite.com /FAQ /diets.html. And then the contacts page, because it's going to be uncategorized, not having a category. So that'd be accessed by mywebsite.com followed by /contacts.html. You don't have to show the HTML part. That's up to you how you want to structure your website. So I hope that's helped clear up how to use categories in Joomla. But now let's take a look at adding these categories to my Joomla website, which is my fitness website, through the Joomla administrator. So we just open up our browser and then go to where our Joomla website is. And now at the end of that, just put /administrator. and that'll bring up the login page for Joomla, and just log in. Now from the Joomla dashboard page, we just want to come up to content here and then select categories. This will list all the categories currently set up for your website. For a fresh Joomla installation, you should only have uncategorized. Now we're going to leave this one because we will use it for like the contacts page I mentioned. I'm just going to quickly open up the screenshot I took of the data structure I spoke about. So the categories we're going to use. So to start with, I need to create my diet category, exercises category, and FAQ category. So they're the three top level ones. So let's do that now. I'm going to select new. And now I'll put in the name of the category here under title. So diet. Now the alias is what will be used in the URL for the site. So when we have / like our website.com/diet, we want this, what goes here is what will show up. So you don't have to use the same as your title, but it will auto-generate one using your title. This will be automatically have no capitals or anything, and you can't have spaces. So usually I just leave this, but if I want to change it slightly, I'll type it in here. So just diet is what I'm going to use. You don't have to put a description in, but most of the time I don't really show my category pages, I only show the content within those categories. Okay, so now we just have a few more settings to change. Your parent, this will be the parent category. So this is going to be a top level category, so this won't have a parent. So I'll leave that blank or leave it set to no parent. Leave the published status set to published. If you set this to unpublished, this category will then be unpublished and no one can see it. You have an access level. By default, that's public, meaning everyone that visits your website can see it. We can change this to registered members only, and then also special members. So if you have a paid website and you have it set up so that you can have free registered members and special members, or however you have it set up, you can choose who gets to view it here. I'm going to leave that set to public so everyone can see it. Now for the tags, just add a few tags. It just doesn't really matter too much. This just helps with searching and filtering through categories. It will automatically search for other tags you've used if you wanted to use the same set of tags throughout your website. You can add a note if you want, but that's all optional. Let's just have a quick look at publishing, permissions, and options. So publishing, these are the creation settings of who created this. This will automatically be filled by the logged in user, so by me, the admin. Now for the meta description, if someone finds this page on Google, this is what will show up in their description for the Google's results or any search engine that shows your page. So put in a description here that decently explains what this category is. Keywords have been declining in popularity over the years. They used to be very important, but it's not so important anymore, and you can put whatever keywords you want. But I generally recommend just putting in very specific keywords to the content that you're adding the keywords to. So in this case, I'm just going to put in diet, healthy eating, and I'll probably just leave it at that. You separate them by a comma. I'm going to leave author and leave robots at use global. And then permissions. In most cases, for most people, just leave this as it is. But if you have multiple users editing and creating content for your website, you can set here who's allowed to edit or create content for this category. But like I said, for most of you, you won't need to worry about that. So just leave that at its default. And lastly, let's look at options. You're not going to need to worry about this. So I'm just going to leave that all as default as well. So now I'm just going to click save. I'm actually going to close this now so we can see that category has been created. Okay, so we can see we've got a new category called diet. So now I want to create exercises and FAQ. I'll do those quickly and like cut ahead so you don't have to watch that. So for the exercises category, this will also have no parent because it's a top level category, and it'll be the same for the FAQ one as well. All right, so now we've got our three main top level categories I wanted to create. Now I want to create for diet, I want to have two subcategories of gain weight and fat loss. So let's create those now. So we'll go new category. So the first one can be fat loss or gain weight, sorry. Now for the alias here, you can't have spaces. So the auto generate one will put a hyphen there, and you can't have capitals either. However, we can create our own here. In most cases, I like to keep my URLs descriptive. So I will keep this as gain-weight. That way people can understand it a little bit better, exactly what the page is about. Again, you don't need too much in the category description, just whatever you want. Now, the difference here is for a parent. We actually set this to diet. So you set it to whatever the parent category you want it to be. This one's diet. So this game rate category will be saved under the diet category. Everything else I'm just going to leave, and I'm going to click save and close. And we'll have a look at what this looks like on the category list. So now you can see there's diet, and game weight's been put directly under it instead of at the bottom of the list. And this hyphen here lets you know that it's a child of diet. So now I'm going to do the same for fat loss, arms, legs, and back. And then we'll have a look at what that looks like. All right, so I just created arms, legs, back, which are all subcategories for the exercise category. And you can see that represented here. So that's how you create the categories for your website. So in the example, I showed you like page 8 being squats. I'm going to quickly create that squats page to show you how you choose the category. So now if I come up to content and go articles and just add new article, I'm not going to explain how to do articles in this because I have another tutorial on how to create articles and all the settings you need to worry about. But for now, I'm just going to go squats, leave that to auto generate. And now for category here, you would select the category this is for, which was legs. So you don't select exercises, you choose legs, and then that'll be saved under exercises by relation. And then you just save that after you've done all the other settings. So that's all you need to know to create and structure the categories for your Joomla website. I hope this video has helped you understand the structuring of categories and how to create your own. It's very flexible. You can create it in any way you want. And I'll mention that you can actually do many categories within categories. So for instance, gain weight is a subcategory of diet. However, I could also have another category that is a child category or a subcategory of gain weight. And you can keep tearing it down as much as you want. The highest I usually go to is 3 categories deep, because after that it starts to get too complicated and it's easier for people to manage your site if you don't have too many categories. But you can create as many as you like in whatever structure you want. But that's how I use categories, and I hope this video has helped. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and hit that like button.